Minnesota Vikings will likely not be major players in free agency given the 2021 cap situation, but we all know there's always money in the banana stand because that's right. Hashtag cap is a myth. So let Harris and Wilson walk. Cut Rudy, Dan Bailey, Shamar Stephen, Britton Skullquit, as well as pay cuts for Barr, Reef, maybe Kirk Cousins, as well as a handful of restructures of guys that are going to be here long term, and then maybe some extensions for Daniil and Harrison that could actually lower their 2021 cap hit, and then spend the money. Offensive line or defensive interior is low-key a major need for the Vikings, perhaps the biggest. Enter one Leonard Williams. He of the 62 pressures and 11.5 sacks for the Giants this year fame. The man of Troy. Give him all of the money and just completely fix the Vikings' defensive interior against the run, as well as interior pass rush. Let's go. Let's go. So let's talk about Leonard Williams today. So 6'5", 302, 26 years young, just scratching the surface of his prime. Played his high school ball in Florida, Dayton Beach, representing. Was a four-star recruit, took his talents to USC. Played right away for the Trojans. 8 sacks as a true freshman in 2012, 20 total, as well as 35.5 tackles for loss in 3 years for the men of Troy. Combine-wise, well-rounded defensive interior, satisfactory in agility and explosion, as well as exceptional in the 40 as well as short shuttle. But a little bit light for defensive tackle, but also not all weight is the same. Now, you can play light inside if you're able to generate strength with the haunches, with the legs and the hamstrings. Leonard Williams squats 550 pounds. Even at 6'5", he does have a relatively low center of gravity and can get leverage inside low man wins. Plus, that arm length and hand size really shows up when he uses his length and clamps for hands to hand fight inside against guards, as well as get the edge when he's lined up at defensive end. Was a number 6 overall pick by the Jets in 2015. That was the Jameis Mariota draft, and was rock solid for the Jets for 4 years, mainly playing DN in the 3-4 scheme, so at the 5-tech spot. Absolute force against the run. Frankly, probably the best defensive end against the run in the NFL, as well as took his talents inside, outside, racked up 17 career sacks with the Jets, including 7 in 2016 when he was a Pro Bowler. PFF grades of 75 plus all 4 years. I feel like Jets fans never fully got on board with him. Like, they liked Leonard, but they didn't really love him, right? Because when you draft a defensive end at 6 overall, you're thinking Mark Gastineau level sacks, double digits every single year, 15, hell, maybe even 20, right? But you're not really thinking, okay, 3, 5, 7 sacks a year, couple tackles for loss, really, really good against the run. You're not thinking that, right? It's almost like when you pay a catcher first baseman $27 million a year to hit for average, where grand scheme of things, it's going to help you, absolutely, but fans, they want dongs. They want sacks and dongs. Give the fans what they want. And Leonard Williams ain't it. He's a rock-solid meat and potatoes defensive interior who's going to show flashes at times, and he certainly put it together this year. But 2019 was traded at the deadline to the crosstown, well, not even crosstown, in the same stadium, Giants. And Big Blue put the franchise tag on for 2020 and destroyed this year. Absolutely destroyed. 57 tackles, 62 pressures, 11.5 sacks, as well as 14 tackles for loss. Was a one-man wrecking crew playing all along the Giants' defensive line. He was a Leo. He was a right defensive end. He was a nose tackle. He was a 3-tech, 5-tech. He was all over the place, right? Stout and strong versus the run, and has a penetrating ability to occasionally be unblockable, hence the 11.5 sacks this year. And frankly, with this year's 3-tech class sort of being one-dimensional in terms of 3-down guys, I mean, this is it. This is the plan, as opposed to what? Are you going to pay $12 million for 1 year of Ndamukong Suh? No. So money-wise, it's going to be expensive. It is going to be expensive. Now, I don't think that he'll get Aaron Donald or Chris Jones $20 million a year type money. I don't think he's in that strata, but he easily could be getting $15, $16 million per year, and I think he's worth it. Now, Spot Rack estimated $8 million per year, which is obviously way too low. I think he actually probably will get double that, considering the market, considering what the draft is going to look like, considering need around the league. So, question is, well, how the Vikings going to pay for this since they're already over the 2021 cap? I've been crunching the numbers, please. So I think we know. Rob Brzezinski is a wizard. He can pull this off. Plus, ways that the Vikings can save on salary cap. So cut Rudy, cut Stephen, Bailey, and Colquitt. That frees up $12.3 million and change. Then you got pay cuts to Riley Reef. Anthony Barr, maybe even Kirk Cousins. That could free up some dough, as well as restructure guys that are going to be here long term. That's what you do with restructures. Thielen, and then restructure Kendricks again, because there's always money in the banana stat. Hashtag Gabsamith. That's right. And not even including, like we mentioned, extending Harrison and Daniil, which could actually lower their 2021 cap hit. Plus, with the 17th game, the salary cap might not actually crater down to 175. Maybe it'll hover around 190 or even stay at about 200 million, which would be a big win. It would be. So even though it might be a little bit far-fetched, the Vikings can legitimately free up that money, and they can be players in free agency if they want. Again, if they want. So Leonard Williams, come on down. Do they get in the Justin Simmons sweepstakes? I don't know. J.C. Jackson, maybe? Nah, probably not. Or Joe Thuney, Brandon Scherf. Those would be my Thuney, Scherf, and Leonard Williams. Those would be my top three. So either one of those guys or Leonard Williams. So I guess it'd be top two then, right? But given the talent pool of the draft at defensive tackle, get after it with Leonard, man. Get after Leonard, draft yourself a high-end edge rusher as well, plus then hammer on the offensive line, shore up both trenches, and then let's go to work. Correct the mistake of letting Sheldon Richardson get out that door and go to the Browns. The Vikings should have matched that deal at $12 million per year, but I digress there. But your thoughts? Throwing all the money at Leonard Williams, baby. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. I'll support that work post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.